Hi Divine Feminines, I am doing a video on what is going on between Divine Masculine and Karmics right now, alright? This is Rogue Tarot, and right off the bat, guys, I am seeing an ending here and a new beginning for these Divine Masculines, okay? There was some type of betrayal here within this union with the Karmic and Divine Masculine. There is a brutal ending here with the Ten of Swords and with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. If this Karmic was living with this Divine Masculine, or if they were in some type of financial bind where they were contracted to, be in a lease, a mortgage, they have completely gotten out of it. These Divine Masculines have completely walked away here. So let's get started. We have the Karmic showing up as the Queen of Swords. So this is when a person is hurt. They become very cold. They go inward into their emotions. They're very blunt and clear cut with their words, and they develop high boundaries here. So this Karmic is hurting you guys. Why? Because I think the Divine Masculine finally peaked game here where she wasn't allowing him to grow to become this emperor that the Divine Feminines knew that they could be. And the Divine Masculine sees through the bullshit right now. He knows that he was kind of suckered into being in this commitment. He knows that he was being manipulated. He knows that he was being lied to because in the past he was listening to what other people were saying to him. He deeply cared about what other people said and their opinions based on his relationships, which sounds absurd, but that's just what it is here. But there is a new single beginning here with the Ace of Swords here. You can see the sun is rising again, out of all the darkness that these karmics put them in here. Wow, the world. Yes, Tarot, I cannot make this up. Like these cards, my cards just say it clearly, point blank. There was an ending here. Could have been a divorce for a marriage, but there was a breakup here where this Divine Masculine is no longer following these traditions based on what other people see them as. He is starting a new single beginning here with the world. Yeah, he's breaking free from this toxicity that the Karmic was bringing upon this relationship, these attachments, these codependent behaviors where he just couldn't break away from. Then we have the Five of Cups in reverse. He's getting out of this suffering, this guilt, this disappointment, and listening to other people. He's finally making moves by causing this breakup. And he's going towards what he's really passionate about here. He's got out of this toxic bind for some Divine Masculines here. Yeah. Because I feel like in this situation here with this Karmic, they were stooping down to each other levels. The Emperor is when someone is dominating over them with this Emperor in reverse. They feel very powerless. And then we have this Queen of Wands here. This Karmic could have been a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands is very obnoxious, wanting the attention, dominating this Divine Masculine, controlling him, and he was allowing it. And now he's saying, I'm sick of this shit. I'm out. You betrayed me to be in this situation that I don't even want to be in anymore. He doesn't want to invest in this anymore. And the King of Pentacles in reverse can also be a very stubborn card here. He was set in his ways, and I feel like he's like, man, the Divine Feminine was right here. But he's seeing through wow, these cards do not want to shuffle today. Exactly. They're being stubborn. I'm getting the stubborn energy. The Two of Cups in reverse just tried to flip out. Yeah. But as you saw in the other video, he's waiting on some more ships to come in. He was being stubborn, dealing with this obnoxious female who only wanted the attention on her, didn't care what people thought or think. All she wanted was this Divine Masculine, and it's literally pushing him away. You see this movement here. He wants to leave these two wands behind. He wants to leave this obnoxious Queen of Wands behind here. Clarify this Ten of Swords. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Ten of Swords, okay? There was a brutal ending here. Betrayal, stabbed in the back, and I feel like that's why this Queen of Swords is right here because there was a brutal ending, and now she's become extremely bitter and cold because guess what? Because Karma is a bitch. You know, Karma doesn't like ugly. I'm sorry. And, you know, she's getting the ring of it. She's not emotionally fulfilled. The divine masculine is not emotionally fulfilled, and he has finally overcame the strength to get out of this. The universe caught in Judgment Day. You know, it was like enough is enough. This can't go on. And like I was saying in the previous divine masculine energy video, is that they're getting the effects of how they treated you. They're getting the same thing with this karmic. The same thing with the the Five of Swords in reverse here. Someone was deceitful in this commitment here. He got deceived, guys. He got very deceived into being in this commitment, manipulated against. And with the King of Swords here, he's cutting that shit out, and he's looking to see what path he wants to take. You know, I feel like this is a step backwards. You go from the Three of Wands to the Two. So in the previous times, you know, he was taking a step backwards. He was going back and forth here, but he's cutting that out with the King of Swords here and finally taking action. You know, the Two is a number of balance. So he wants to balance himself, getting out of this relationship, getting out of this deceit, healing himself, but also choosing his new beginning here with the World here. So he's balancing out this relationship with this karmic while simultaneously balancing things out within himself with the King of Swords. He's finally speaking up here. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. All right, yeah. He has left the building, divine feminines, ladies and gentlemen. This divine masculine has left the building with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, they have moved away from a relationship that was financially an obligation here. Whether they lived together or had kids or a family together. There's resting after this heartbreak with the Four of Swords here. The Three of Swords is, you know, heartbreak, betrayal, lies, and he's resting after cutting this Queen of Swords out of his life. And he has taken a journey after leaving this family situation behind, a relationship. He's going on the full journey now. You see how in the background all the sun is coming out? You see these backgrounds with the sun? It's coming out because he's finally making moves. All these cards with the sun is that he's finally making moves. He's gaining the strength. He's going on this forced journey, and guess what? He's getting his wish fulfillment. He can lay back and relax with this Four of Swords here. He got his wish fulfillment. He can finally rest. Yeah, and he's standing here wondering, you know, what is this karmic ever going to pick up the plate? He's tired of giving to her. He stopped giving to her. He stopped growing this. He's just standing here. He's done being manipulated against. I don't know if I can zoom into this man's face here, but he's like, huh, yeah, trick. You tried it. I'm not working hard for this anymore. It's a waste of freaking time with you. That was a message for somebody. But that's what I'm getting. Yeah, he doesn't want to give her this cup anymore. He's looking at his divine feminine like, you know, I want to be back with her. I'm ending this shit to be with her. He's not with the King of Wands here. He's not taking action on this emotional fulfillment here. You know, he's not giving her a cup, this small little fish. You know, Paige probably think that she smelled like a fish too, but that's that's for another reading. But she stink. They don't want her to take action on her anymore. And then we have the High Priestess in reverse. Like I said before, he's not listening to what other people got to say anymore. He's leaving that shit behind. He's headstrong to his own goals here, and that is to get the hell away from this karmic here. This is good energy, guys, with his Chariot. Now these cards want to fly on the floor when I get to the High Priestess. Yeah, ooh, see, look at that. He knows that things have taken a turn for the worse. Why? Because he was listening to other people. He wasn't following his intuition, right? When the High Priestess is upright, that means they're following their intuition. They're looking deep beside themselves. They're not tuning out what people say, but they're taking it with a grain of salt. This is just for listening to what other people have to say, following traditions, you know, following traditions here. And he's not doing that anymore with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. He feels like things have taken a turn for the worse. He's got bad luck listening to other people, and he wants to get the hell out of Dodge here. He doesn't want it anymore. And he feels like giving up. He doesn't want to defend himself to other people anymore. And that's amazing, guys. So with these divine masculines, they always care what people think. We know that, divine feminines. We told them the truth. We spoke what was real. We told them how this karmic is. But they were listening to other people, and they're not defending themselves to other people anymore. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit with the King of Wands. They don't want to take action. They're angry. They're not passionate about this karmic anymore. You know, we have the world twice. This is a new cycle ending and a new cycle beginning here. Because his hands were tied. He was juggling. This karmic made him so burdened with these responsibilities. I can't make this up. This karmic made him so burdened with these responsibilities and commitment that it gave him so much anxiety at night because she wasn't putting the work in with the Queen of Pentacles. Their karmic could have been a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. You know, and with earth signs, this is not like earth signs, but karmics are a different breed of people spiritually. And she knew that if she just laid on her ass, laid on her butt, you know, didn't do no work, she knew that as long as she kept his hands tied, like he wasn't going anywhere. But he said enough is enough. This is a new cycle starting. A new cycle starting, a new cycle ending, and a new cycle beginning here. This is a breakup here. This is like really brutal, you know, childish, petty words. This is a hurtful ending here with this 10 of Swords here. You know, these divine masculines are fed up here. You know, there's two worlds, ending and a beginning. All right, divine feminines, I hope this helps, but the divine masculine is over it. There, for some, has been a brutal ending. And I wouldn't be surprised, divine feminines, if you hear from this karmic. You know, if she comes at you in a very just out the blue way because she's angry, she's upset. She's upset. She feels stabbed in the back. But divine masculine is matching her energy, feeling stabbed in the back by her. So just watch out, divine feminines. You know, stand your ground. Be happy. Continue living in your freedom here. All right, guys? I hope this helps.